Never fear, Cindrish is here. Today we have another Dragon Ball theory discussion. Our theory today, how did Vegeta survive the Spirit Bomb, also known as the Genki Dama? Now I've got several points I want us to consider about what happens during this fight sequence between Goku powering up and Vegeta being hit. First, did Goku actually gather enough energy to begin with? We see against Frieza, Goku thinks he has enough energy to beat Frieza, and it doesn't. He should have enough against Buu, and in the end he does beat Buu with it, but it takes some extra work, and the Genki Dama on its own doesn't do it. So the question is, did Goku misjudge the Spirit Bomb here? I don't think so. He had the best read of his opponent's strengths against Vegeta than he did against any other opponent. He knew better what Vegeta's max was because Vegeta had hit his max during their fight. He already was starting to be less than his max when he was attacked by the Spirit Bomb. So there's no reason to think he didn't have enough energy gathered from this Spirit Bomb. But there are some complications that take place. First complication, Goku has to use some of his energy from the Spirit Bomb to fight off Vegeta before Krillin and Gohan arrive and are able to divert Vegeta's attention from him, where Gohan then proceeds to fight Vegeta one-on-one, and Goku gives the rest of the Spirit Bomb energy to Krillin. So he loses some of his energy, making this blast right here that you see on the screen, and damages Vegeta's eye. So Goku has wasted some energy here. Krillin and Gohan arrive. Gohan starts distracting Vegeta. In the meantime, Goku gives the rest of the Spirit Bomb energy to Krillin. Question here is, was some of the energy he gathered lost when he was transferring it over to Krillin? I do not think so. There's nothing here to cause a loss of energy. There's nothing else to absorb some of that energy. It's going straight from Goku to Krillin. So there shouldn't be any loss here. But there may be loss at our next critical moment. So we've got Krillin. He's given this energy by Goku. King Kai instructs Krillin on how to throw the energy at Vegeta. Unfortunately, just as he's getting ready to throw it, Yajirobe screams at him to throw it. Vegeta catches on something else is happening, and he's able to dodge. Way to go. Okay, so he dodges it, and it comes close to Gohan. And Gohan, being the pure-hearted, good guy that his father is, he's able to bounce the Spirit Bomb, Genki Dama, back at Vegeta. Now, unlike the willful passing of all the energy from Goku to Krillin, this is a forced bounce of the energy away from Gohan and back towards Vegeta. So there could be some loss of energy taking place here. I don't know if there is, but there could be. It's something that needs to be considered and thought about. You hit a pool ball and it bounces off the table, or it bounces into the sideboard of the table and redirects. Some of that energy goes into the wall of the table. Now it bounces back, but you've got an extra bit of work there. Some of that energy is possibly lost that way. This is a similar situation. In fact, Gohan serves more as a cushion than the wall does. The harder that wall is, the less energy transfer there could be between the ball and the wall, such that the ball could send all the energy into the wall then returned the energy to the ball, and nothing be lost. But Gohan's a soft target, and his fight with that energy blast is more of a cushioned catch and receive, which could take away some of the momentum. It could also maybe add a little momentum, but take away a little bit of the energy. There's some issues there. I don't know if anything's lost here. If there is, it's probably very, very minute, because Gohan has to wrestle with it a little bit to send this energy blast away. It's possible there is a little bit of energy lost here. So now, the energy blast finally goes and hits Vegeta. Lo and behold, it does a real good bit of damage to Vegeta. But it doesn't hurt him near as much as it should have. Near as much as everyone expected it to. Vegeta gets upset. He comes back pretty hurt. But not hurt enough. It's only after this point, Gohan gets his tail back, sees Vegeta's false moon, and goes to Zero himself. And that had to happen because Vegeta wasn't damaged enough. Why was Vegeta not damaged enough? Was there that much energy lost at this point? It's possible. But there is one other possibility. Everyone wants to call Vegeta evil. He's the bad guy, right? He's a big bad guy. But how evil is Vegeta really? We usually look at it in terms of humans. Vegeta is really evil in terms of humans. Vegeta is not a human. He's a Saiyan. As a Saiyan, he is part of a warrior race. He was trained to have the job of going and wiping off the people off of the face of a planet to sell the planet. He was trained to be a constant warrior, to be in battle and kill his enemy. That's one of the things that's difficult for us to address when it comes to war, is the death, the killing. Is it evil? Is it murder when you're doing it in war? This becomes something that's a struggle for us to wrestle with in human terms when soldiers go to war. And usually we say, under those conditions, it's not evil. It's not a sin. And part of that is you're fighting an unknown. The enemy is portrayed as evil, this, that, the other. And what you're doing is not evil. Now, the purposes behind why these wars are fought are not always the best, but the soldier doing the fighting is not in the wrong just because he's fighting. And that would be true for the Saiyans. They go and do their job. If they have to fight, they have to kill to do their job. They're just doing a job. They have the job of a soldier. Now, it's a little different for the Saiyans because they're tasked with eliminating all of the life on a planet. So that's slightly different. And Vegeta is certainly ruthless. He is certainly prideful and arrogant. But he's not necessarily evil. He's a Saiyan warrior doing what he was trained and taught he's supposed to do. And we see the evolution of Vegeta as he spends more time around the Z Fighters, around Goku and the others, around Bulma and Gohan. He starts to soften up. He becomes more emotional, more attached to people and things and such like that. And he's not the evil being we once thought him to be. And it oddly doesn't take all that much to make that change start to happen. The defeat of the man who caused him to be that way, in fact, the war against that being starts to make that change happen. It's not immediate. Vegeta isn't instantly a better guy. Neither was Piccolo. But very quickly you see a progression that starts to soften Vegeta up. And you see several scenes of this throughout the rest of Dragon Ball Z. You know, you've got the scene with Future Trunks, when Future Trunks is killed by Cell. Super Perfect Cell comes back after blowing himself up, kills Trunks. Vegeta gets upset by that. Vegeta we thought we knew from this point in Z wouldn't have cared the same way. In fact, this Vegeta, he is so ruthless, when his partner becomes immobilized by Goku, he kills him himself. So yeah, Vegeta is not perfect. He definitely has some evil tendencies in him, but he is not totally evil. He's an ordinary person, a mix of good and bad. Even Majin Vegeta, when Vegeta lets himself be taken over by the power of Babidi, which is supposed to fully bring out the evil inside of him, which is kind of what Vegeta wants. He wants that ruthlessness, that callousness he used to have. He wants that back. He gets it a little bit. He's less concerned with the fate of others to get what he wants. However, in the end, he proves he still has a heart, and he still really isn't the evil person he's trying to pretend he is. I mean, it's Majin Vegeta that hugs Trunks. The first and only time I think we ever see that. It's Majin Vegeta doing it. It's Majin Vegeta sacrificing himself for his wife and child. Babidi's magic, which was supposed to bring out the evil of Vegeta. This is the Vegeta that we see do some of the most caring things, noblest things we've ever seen out of Vegeta. So if this is supposed to be the evilest form of Vegeta, he's not that evil of a guy. So we take all those things together, and Goku may have had more than enough energy to defeat Vegeta in a Spirit Bomb to start with. The energy he used up may have been more than he realized. He thought he still had enough to defeat Vegeta. Certainly to do more damage than what was done. And then even through the passing on of that Spirit Bomb to Krillin, and the reflection of that Spirit Bomb back at Vegeta by Gohan, the difference between that should be very minimal, and if it was enough, when Goku gave it to Krillin, it should have still been enough to defeat Vegeta. There may have been small amounts of energy lost, but it should not have been significant enough to reduce the damage to half, of what it should have done? What seems to be about the case is it did half the damage it should have done. It hurt Vegeta, but it didn't hurt him near as much as you would have expected. And maybe that's because, yeah, he has some evil in him. And maybe the Spirit Bomb, the Genki Dama was never meant to eradicate evil the way the Demon Might Ray would turn the evil of a person against them and destroy them. Of course, it didn't work against Goku because Goku had a pure heart. So maybe this is like it, maybe it's not. And the level of evil within Vegeta, now the Demon Might Ray would have killed Vegeta because there was some evil. But here, with the Genki Dama, there may be, if there's enough good, it won't actually kill you. We're not told that. This is a theory. And obviously, I've made the case that there could have been enough loss of energy in the Spirit Bomb that it just wasn't as strong as Goku thought it would be when it hit him. That is possible. But I think there may be something else to it, and this idea that it didn't do as much damage as everyone thought it would because Vegeta wasn't as evil as everyone thought he was. So that's my theory for today. This has been Super Saiyan 7 Cinders, and I've brought you another Dragon Ball theory discussion. If you've enjoyed the discussion, I hope you'll like the video. If you've got something you want to add to the topic, please feel free to comment. I hope you will subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. Please feel free to share the video, and we will be back with another episode here in the near future. Thank you for watching.